Good morning, everybody. How are you? We are back again today for our read along for the morning, and we are going to make our way uh, through Genesis 1 and 2, Bereshit 1 and 2, however you decide to call it. But we're going to read it in English, so. Let's see here. We're going to go ahead and get started. I just want to check something real quick and make sure that we are streaming and that comments will be shown. And then we're going to get going. I pray that you all had a wonderful weekend. But we're also testing out equipment today. So let me know if the sound is okay. Well, this device has a loud fan on it, so it seems like that may end up being a distraction for me. But but I pray not for you. And so we are going to get hopping here. We are reading from the King James this morning. We may switch it up a little bit here and there, but we're going to, for familiarity's sake, we're going to start out with uh, KJV, and we are only doing chapters 1 and chapters 2. As we're going through, as you all may already know, today's reading is centered around the story of creation. And, I know there's tons of debates about this, that, or the other, and I'm not here for that this morning. Is it literal? Is it, poetry? Is it all of those things are things that I believe we'll address in a separate setting. This right now literally is for the purpose of getting the reading in your hearing and then also pointing out some things to just be mindful of throughout the day. Okay. So as soon as I get my eyes washed here, we'll be ready to go. Ow. Okay. If I don't put out the said eye. Yeah. All right. Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, Elohim created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the spirit of Elohim moved upon the face of the waters. Hold on 1 second, I gotta change what I'm using here, just simply because the software that I use it has the Strong's numbers after everything, and I didn't need that for today. And Elohim said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And Elohim saw the light that it was good. And Elohim divided the light from the darkness. And Elohim called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. Interesting. In English, we would read it as the first day. If you're looking at it in the Hebrew script, it's Yom Echad, and so day one. And Elohim said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." And Elohim made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. And Elohim called the firmament, or the expanse in other translations, heaven. And the evening and the morning were the second day. And Elohim said, "Let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. And Elohim called the dry land earth, Eretz, and the gathering together of the waters called he seas. And Elohim saw that it was good. And Elohim said, "Let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth." And it was so. And the earth brought forth grass and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself after his kind. And Elohim saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the third day. And Elohim said, "Let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years." So we're getting time here now. "And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth." And it was so. And Elohim made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. And Elohim set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light, Haor, from the darkness, Hachoshek. And Elohim saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the fourth day. And Elohim said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life, and fowl that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven. And Elohim created great whales and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And Elohim saw that it was good. And he blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters and the seas, and let fowl multiply in the earth. And the evening and the morning were the fifth day. And Elohim said, let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping thing, and beast of the earth after his kind. And it was so. And Elohim made the beast of the earth after his kind, and cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And Elohim saw that it was good. And Elohim said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness. Let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So you see, we've got a responsibility concerning the earth. Just, a nugget there. So Elohim created man in his own image. In the image of Elohim created he him. Male and female created he them. Interesting. I've been hearing people saying things like, women weren't made in the image of God. They were made in the image of man. If man was made in the image of God, but we'll leave that alone. And Elohim blessed them, and Elohim said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea and over the fowl of the air and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. And Elohim said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat. And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for meat. And it was so. And Elohim saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And the evening and the morning were the sixth day. And so Genesis 1 there, we've gotten a good picture of the very first chapter concerning creation through day 1 through the sixth day, of all of the things that the Father created. And we'll talk a little more about that in a little bit. It says Genesis 2:1. Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the host of them. And on the seventh day, Elohim ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had made. And Elohim blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from all his work which Elohim created and made. Genesis 2:4 tells us, these are the generations of the heavens and of the earth when they were created. In the day that the Lord God made the earth and the heavens, I was about to take you all to the lesson. It's not. And every plant of the field before it was in the earth, and every herb of the field before it grew. For the Lord God had not caused it to rain upon the earth, and there was not a man to till the ground. But there went up a mist from the earth and watered the whole face of the ground. And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. And the Lord God planted a garden eastward in Eden, and it means voluptuous, and there he put the man whom he had formed. And out of the ground made Yehovah Elohim to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight and good for food, the tree of life also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And a river went out of Eden to water the garden, and from thence it was parted and became into four heads. The name of the first is Pison, that is it which compasseth the whole land of Havilah, where there is gold. And the gold of that land is good. There's bdellium and the onyx stone. Oh, you know what? I did not. Hey, my sis. How are you? So what we're going to do, we are going to, does that move me to two? Yes, it does. Look at there. Learning this new system, and I haven't quite mastered it yet. It says, and the name of the second river is Gihon, the same is it that compasseth the whole land of Ethiopia. And the name of the third river is Hiddekel, that is it which goeth toward the east of Assyria. And the fourth river is Euphrates. And Yahweh Elohim took the man and put him into the garden of Eden to dress it and to keep it. And Yahweh Elohim commanded the man, saying, of every tree of the garden thou mayest freely eat, but of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil thou shalt not eat of it, for in the day that thou eatest thereof thou shalt surely die. Clear instruction. Clear instruction. Many times we can complicate things. And as we'll see later in life, that complicating, that not being certain what the Father has said, that not being sure of where you're supposed to be standing in your faith, where the word is concerned, gets us into trouble. But we're not going there today. But of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, thou shalt not eat of it, for in the day that thou eatest thereof, thou shalt surely die. And Yahweh Elohim said, it is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him an helpmeet for him. And out of the ground, Yahweh Elohim formed every beast of the field and every fowl of the air and brought them unto Adam, mankind, to see what he would call them. And whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof. And Adam gave names to all cattle, to the fowl of the air, to every beast of the field. But for Adam there was not found an helpmeet for him, a helper that was suitable for him. And Yahweh Elohim caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept. And he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh instead thereof. And the rib, or curve, as the word is translated, which Yahweh Elohim had taken from man, made he a woman, and brought her unto the man. And Adam said, this is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman because she was taken out of man. So a description, but not yet a name. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh. And they were both naked, the man and his wife, and were not ashamed. And so we've read Genesis 1 and 2 for today. A few things to be thinking about as you're going throughout your day is the Father has blessed us with a beautiful world. Now, whether we've taken care of it, whether we've properly stewarded, what it is that we were supposed to be doing, those things are up to question. But I think that it is important as we go throughout this day, since we started with reading about creation, that you take some time today to appreciate creation. And so if you don't normally get out on a day and walk, today might be a good day to take a walk. And as you're walking, make note of the beauty that he created, not focusing on what we've done to it, but just the beauty of his creation. The fact that he created a world for us to live in, that everything was created with a purpose. The sun, moon, and stars created, for to rule over the day, rule over the night as time. We see the introduction of time. What do you do with your time today? Be very mindful of how you're using your time, because time was given to us from the Father. It's not to be wasted, but it's to be stewarded over, just like everything else. You steward your money, you steward your family, you steward your resources. How are you doing with stewarding the time that the Father gave you? Because everybody gets the same number of hours, everybody gets the same number of seconds and minutes, regardless of time zone, regardless of where you're located. You've been given time to do something with today. So what will you accomplish today? For some, today may be a day of rest, especially if you were very actively busy with ministry yesterday. And so are you going to use your time to rest the way the Father rested when he completed his work? Or are you going to rest today? In resting, or are you going to just continue to just pour and pour and pour and pour and give and give and give and give and do and do and do and do, create, make, and never take time to stop and rest? Well, the Father gave you an example that rest is essential. Rest is necessary. I don't believe he needed to rest, but as we see this, the Sabbath was made for us. And so it's important that we value rest, because our bodies were not meant to just go all the time. Something is going to shut down on you. Your body will remind you that it was not made to continuously just go. But be thinking about that as you're going, as you see the birds, fowl of the air, and see how they fulfilled their commission. Make sure that there's plenty. There's plenty. And so the Father blessed us with a plenteous earth. He blessed us with a beautiful land. He blessed us with time. He blessed us with responsibility. He blessed us with the assignment, rules to replenish the earth, have dominion, all of those things. How are we walking that out? How are you walking that out in your day? In your day, how do you walk that out in your day to day? And so I just want to leave just a few things for you to be thinking about, to be appreciative of today. Be grateful to the Father for what He's given us, because even though the days may contain some things that, what's happening with my lighting here? Because even though the day may contain some things that are unpleasant, He gave us a beautiful day. He gave us a great day. And so I want you to go forth and remember to be grateful for the things that He has created for us to enjoy. Um, and on that note, I'm going to go because it's time for me to render unto Caesar what belongs to Caesar. So, so I will talk to you all later. We may come back later on today to talk about, because there's a lot of topics related to creation that we could talk about. So we may come back later on today, or we may just see you tomorrow morning. We'll be picking up at Genesis 3. I think 3 and 4 tomorrow. So have a good day. Bye-bye.